Hello, everyone, and welcome to Casual Experts Only. I'm Michael, and as usual, I'm joined by my co-host Luke.
Hey guys.
And today we also have my friend Zach.
Hello.
Hello, thanks for being on the show, Zach.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thanks for having me.
So this is going to be a special bonus episode. It's going to be talking about the Oscars that
Yay.
came out a few days ago at this point, but we didn't get the chance to watch it when it when it was live. I had to be at work at like 6 in the morning, so I'm not staying up till 12 to watch this.
I just didn't feel like it.
Yeah,
I watched it live,
later.
So.
Oh, you did? Okay. I watched it last night, but I just skipped through the crap I didn't, care about, which is the
that's
thing.
fair. That's fair.
Yeah, yeah. But overall, what were your general thoughts just about the ceremony itself?
I feel like the past couple years have been really good. Like not 2020, but 2019 and 2021 have been really good as far as like movies that were nominated and movies that won.
Yeah, yeah.
And so this year comparatively is not as good overall. Like there's some pretty big omissions here. Like Nope wasn't nominated for anything. Babylon was nominated, but not for a whole lot of different things. And just so like overall, it's just not as good as previous years.
Yeah.
And so it's just hard to feel as excited, I guess.
Okay.
I thought that it was I kind of agree with him. It was like I said to you earlier, Michael.
Yeah.
It was like the most normal Oscars ever.
Yeah.
And like that's kind of what made it boring. It's just like the thing I look forward to on the Oscars every year is what will happen. And we had none of that this year, and that was kind of a letdown. But
yeah, that's fair. I feel like Jimmy Kimmel did better than I expected. I find him really bland on his own show.
Yes.
So I found he was pretty good at hosting this, and I thought he was relatively entertaining.
Yeah.
So I thought that was all right. But yeah, like you said, like at a certain point, it gets kind of boring because nothing much happened. That being said, I feel like I do give them props for actually like making it through a whole show without like something stupid happening.
That's a good point. It's not an assault or something.
Yeah, right. And there wasn't even there wasn't even like any like real like political rants or anything like that annoying, which was nice. So yeah, I think overall like
on that point, like because this year they've actually included every category in the live show, which they haven't done in the past. So the speeches are shorter. Yes. So they don't have time to rant about anything. So that's definitely an upside.
Which I think is good. But I think when you have multiple people accepting the award, it doesn't really give them enough time. Yeah. There were a couple awkward parts where somebody else was like the first person said something, then the second person tried to say something, then the music started playing, the mic cut. Standing there awkwardly, and you're like, oh, yikes.
Right. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, and I do agree with you, Luke. I feel like there were definitely some snubs here, and there was just like I wasn't really a huge fan of like half of the Best Picture nominees. So, but anyway, let's just hop right into these categories. I'm just kind of going to go down this list and we'll just talk about what we want to talk about. I'm only going to really mention the winners unless we want to talk about the other nominees. But let's just start with, the main event. Let's start with Best Picture. So Everything Everywhere All at Once. I was kind of expecting this movie to win just because it's like been getting so much hype from like everybody. And I don't know, like it's won so many awards. But at the same time, it is kind of like hit or miss whether the Oscars actually pick the movie that's really been getting a lot of hype, or if they just like pull a random one out of nowhere and then everyone starts hopping on the bandwagon after it wins. But I was kind of expecting this one to win mainly because, of all the hype. And I feel like it was the only one on the list that, I don't know, like I would have been surprised if like Top Gun had won or.
Yes, that's definitely
they
true.
threw a bunch of ones on here that were really random. Like, why was Triangle of Sadness on this list?
Right.
That
I almost would have preferred. I haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, so maybe it's better than these other ones. But I almost would have like out of these. I think my pick would have probably been The Fabelmans. I don't know if you've seen that one.
That's actually my pick too. Honestly, probably either that one. Honestly, I would have been happy if The Fabelmans, Banshees of Inisherin, or honestly Elvis had won.
Yeah.
I mean, mainly it's because I've seen this. No, like I've seen about half the ones on this list, but I think I'm the only one here that's seen Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I've seen like a quarter of it.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
It's good, but
it's overrated.
Is it overrated?
Yes.
I will say that I think All Quiet on the Western Front got snubbed.
Okay.
I hardcore think that because it is easily the best war film I've probably ever seen in my life.
Okay.
The way it portrays war is real and it's gritty and it's emotional.
Okay.
It's a perfect piece. And they're really I couldn't find anything really super wrong with the movie that made me go like, but there's nothing like that. And especially there's, have you guys seen it all?
No.
Unfortunately, that's one of the ones I missed. I kept putting it off, and I really want to see it, and I kind of forgot to mention that. I think just because I haven't seen it, but that one it looks super good. It probably should have won, honestly. Like it looks like the best quality film out of all of these. Probably.
Yeah. If you watch it, it's like it's easily the most accurate portrayal of World War I in film.
Okay.
Because like everything else will like kind of like romanticize war and be like, oh, there are these heroes and stuff. But this movie is just straight to the point, and it's just like war is hell. That's it.
Right.
And like that was the point of the book too. It's obviously based off the book. It changed just a couple of things, but I thought it was just absolutely phenomenal.
Have you seen 1917?
Yeah, I have.
How does it compare?
I was about to ask the same thing.
Compared to 1917, so 1917 is really good, actually.
Yeah.
Compared to 1917, I would say it's much better.
Oh, okay.
Wow.
Much better, a lot better. 1917 is really good.
Yeah.
But there's some moments where it slows a bit, and it's just like it just kind of gets boring. But I still overall great film though.
Yeah.
But
of course.
Like the entirety of All Quiet on the Western Front, I don't think I got bored at all.
Okay, well that's cool. That was the kind of why I put it off, because it's like it's almost 3 hours, and I was thinking it might be, even though it's a war film, it looked more like a drama, so I thought it might be kind of slow, you know. But I mean, if you're saying it doesn't slow at all, then I'll have to watch that.
I definitely suggest it.
That's cool.
Another one, if All Quiet on the Western Front wasn't on there, I would probably say Elvis, because I think it's probably. It's a much better biopic than say Bohemian Rhapsody.
Yeah.
Because it's accurate.
Yeah.
It's very accurate to the life story of Elvis, and it actually delivers on what it's trying to do, which is be a biopic.
Yeah.
And I think I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, and
it's a great movie.
Yeah, it has its own style too. It's not just a straight up like
exactly.
Baz Luhrmann has a very specific style, and he definitely brought it to that. But I did think overall it didn't like overpower what he was trying to do.
Yeah,
and Austin Butler too was.
Oh my god, so good. He was so good in that. Yeah,
right.
I'm a little annoyed that 2 movies got on the Best Picture list, Avatar and Top Gun.
I think
how do you guys feel about those?
It's just there because like they basically to overgeneralize, they basically saved the movies this year, and so it's kind of just like a nod to be like, thank you for saving the industry.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
That's what it feels like to me.
Yeah.
I feel like I agree with that, because in my opinion, financial success does not equal critical success.
Exactly.
So, but they're like bunching them in the same thing.
Right.
And like Top Gun and Avatar, what's up?
I was gonna say that they did get really good critical reception.
Well, I mean like outside of just like
quality, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. I mean, like Top Gun's not a bad movie by any means.
Sure, but
it's not groundbreaking.
It's nothing groundbreaking
movie. Exactly.
Right. Yeah, that's something that really surprised me. Like people are acting like it's like this amazing film, and the fact that it's like Best Picture nominated at the Oscars, and it's like it's a sequel to an 80s popcorn movie. Like what? Like is it?
Yeah, exactly. And also, I think that with Avatar and Top Gun, I don't think they saved the movies, really. I think the movies were saved long before that.
That's definitely,
even No Way Home made
right.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
I was going to say, No Way Home, in my opinion, is probably the first film to actually, like, save the movies.
Well, it's definitely the first movie since COVID to make $1 billion. So, like people like Steven Spielberg and stuff were saying Top Gun, like save the movies. I'm like, I mean, it definitely contributed, I'm sure, but it wasn't the first movie to really get people out in droves to go to the theaters.
Yeah, I didn't really have a desire to see it. I was just like, oh, hey, look, they're making a Top Gun sequel.
I didn't really like. I didn't really care about the first one. Like, it's all right, I guess. I mean, I don't really get the hype.
Yeah.
But I guess my main beef with those movies being in the Best Picture category is that the Batman wasn't on there. Which,
that's true.
If you're gonna do action, movies like that, you have those two, but not the Batman. That kind of annoys me.
Yeah, and I honestly think Nope should have at least gotten nominated.
That was really good too. I mean, at least there's something. The fact that it wasn't nominated for anything,
exactly.
It should have gotten sound design. Honestly,
sound design, cinematography.
I think Batman should have definitely gotten cinematography. There's so many shots. There's so many shots in that movie that just make my jaw drop every time.
Yeah, same.
Right.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves now.
Yeah.
So neither of you have seen Triangle of Sadness.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Okay, yeah. Pretty much everyone I've heard that's talked about it says they really liked it. I thought it was mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a satirical dark comedy thing, but it kind of goes nowhere. I feel like I feel like there's some really good funny satire moments, but then the other times they either go so far into preaching area that it's is this really satire anymore? Is this just the writers ranting? Or they're so nebulous with the satire that I'm like, was that supposed to be satire, or is this just something weird that's happening?
Right.
Yeah.
So I wasn't a huge fan of that. I was kind of expecting more out of it, I guess. But that's one of the few ones that I watched specifically because it was nominated for Best Picture.
Yeah.
But are you guys ready to move to the next category?
Yes, sir.
Cool. All right. So next one is gonna be actress in a supporting role. And we have Jamie Lee Curtis from Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I mean, I don't think she's won an Oscar before.
No,
so...
and I feel like, I haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once, but I feel like this is kind of, I don't know how I feel about this, because during the narration as she enters the stage, she's like, by the way, she started acting in Halloween and she's a producer in Halloween. So it seems like what's happening is that the Academy is trying to reach the genre audience, because genre films generally don't get nominated. So by giving Jamie Lee Curtis the award, they're like, hey guys, we like Jamie Lee Curtis too. So that's what it kind of feels like to me. Again,
that's fair.
She's been acting for all these years and she's never gotten an award. So the other reason is hey, we'll finally recognize her award sort of retroactively. But the problem with that is that Stephanie, I don't know how to say her last name, Hazu or whatever. She's a young woman who's just starting her career, and by giving the award to Jamie Lee Curtis to try to retroactively, it's a cycle.
And trying to make up for lost time.
Well, and she was hardly in it too. Jamie Lee Curtis had a really small role. She was good, but because I kind of have mixed feelings. She's a really good actress and she's been in Hollywood for forever, so it's cool she finally has an Oscar. But like you said, it does feel more oh well, we're finally gonna recognize her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I think I like Jamie Lee Curtis.
She's not bad. Yeah.
She's not bad. I can't say about her performance or everything
everywhere all at once
because I haven't seen the whole thing. But I will say that the I can't think of the word. The missing person here is Sadie Sink from The Whale.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
She should in that film. And Angela Bassett did great too.
Yeah.
Or not Angela Bassett, Hong Chow. Jeez, I just read the person above it.
Well,
Chow did great as well. Yeah. But I think that Sadie Sink, she's so young. She's my age.
Yeah.
And she absolutely killed it in that movie. And Brendan Fraser won Best Actor for that movie, and both their performances I feel like were on par with each other.
Yeah, I was very surprised with her performance because I'd only really seen her in Stranger Things.
Yeah,
and like I expected her to be good, but she was like really good.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. You didn't really expect that from her because all we knew her from was Stranger Things.
Right.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, you didn't know she had that kind of range.
Exactly.
I do feel like pretty much every actor though that was nominated this year, I was like, yeah, okay, they did a good job. Yeah, they did good. You know, I was like, there wasn't anybody on that list. I'm like, did they really deserve Best Actor? You know?
Yeah.
But there was, I definitely feel like Sadie Sink should have been on there. Yeah. So then, I feel like for me the hardest category to choose was like Best Actor, but the next category is actor in a supporting role, and the winner is I think you say it, Ke-Huy Quan. Is that it?
That sounds right.
Ke-Huy Quan, who he did do a super good job in that movie. I'm honestly glad he got that. And his speech was like probably my favorite out of the whole night. It was just really heartfelt.
Definitely a highlight.
Just nice. Yeah.
My mom is 84 years old. And she's at home watching. Mom, I just want an Oscar. They say stories like this only happen in the movies. I cannot believe it's happening to me. This is the American dream. Thank you so much for welcoming me back. I love you. Thank you.
Very, 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 very heartwarming, and I do think they all did a really good job, all the people, but I mean Judd Hirsch was hardly in The Fabelmans, so I could have gone either way.
Yeah, it was basically a cameo, Judd Hirsch.
Yeah, right, and I mean Brendan. Yeah,
exactly. It's strange.
Yeah, I feel like it was one of those things where it's like, didn't Jimmy Kimmel even say something about he's like the oldest Oscar winner here or something?
Oh yeah, he did. You're right.
I feel like it was almost like a legacy nomination. They're like, well, he's been here for forever. Right. Yeah. Let's give him one more. Let's throw him a bone.
Let's go out with a bang.
Right. Exactly. Right. So, yeah. So, did you guys feel there were any snubs in this category?
Best supporting actor. I mean, I feel like. Oh, I'm forgetting his name. Let me Google the cast of The Fabelmans really quick.
Let me Google the cast of All Quiet on the Western Front.
There was one.
I feel like.
I feel like Seth Rogen should have got nominated at least for his role in The Fabelmans.
I think Paul Dano did a super good job in The Fabelmans too.
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. Daniel Bruhl.
Okay.
He's in that movie.
Did he? Yeah.
I forgot he was in that movie. He killed it. He was great.
Yeah,
I think he definitely deserved it.
Okay. All right. Yeah, I feel like I can't really think of anybody off the top of my head that I think should have been nominated, but yeah. Okay. So then international feature film, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, which I am glad it won that. It would have been cool if it had won both, like Parasite.
Yeah.
But I am glad that it got Best International Film, mainly because it's the only one I've heard of.
Yeah,
all the
only other
ones.
one that I saw EO. For some reason, it was showing in Grand Rapids, so I saw it, and it was actually pretty cool. It was a movie about a donkey, so it was cool.
Okay.
That was the only one I saw.
Yeah, I usually it's not that I have anything against them. I usually don't just think to watch foreign films unless
that's totally fair.
Unless it's unless I hear really good stuff about them.
Right.
Yeah. My big thing is I'm obviously going to talk about All Quiet on the Western Front again.
Right.
Yeah.
They really obviously stayed true to the book, and it obviously won Best International Feature Film because it was made in Germany. But I think that really adds to it because it makes it more authentic.
Yeah.
So everyone speaks in German, and I don't think there's any English in the movie at all. I think if there is, there's maybe one scene, but there's a scene between Daniel Bruhl and I think the leader of France where they speak English to each other. But that's basically about it. And I just think it's super authentic. So I like that they took that film and were just like, all right, we're going to run with a German cast. Instead of have you ever seen the 30s one?
No.
I'm aware
so
of
that
it.
won Best Picture in 1930.
Yeah.
But the cast was all just Americans.
Right.
So they all spoke English
and
everything. And it was like, it just, So I'm really happy that like Germany, like someone in Germany took this instead of Hollywood.
That's cool. Yeah. No, I mean, that is a big thing with Hollywood movies is like, even when when it's a movie about people from other countries, they still always speak English. You know, they just like put an accent on, and you're just like, okay, but why are these two Indian people speaking to each other alone in a room in English? Like what, you know, like doesn't make any sense.
It just doesn't add up.
No. So yeah, there's that international film. Now we have documentary. Do either of you guys really care about the documentary ones? Because
I think we could probably skip these ones. Honestly,
it's a short documentary. So
documentary.
I don't even know where you would watch a documentary short. To be honest,
apparently it's on Netflix. Yeah, so it's what is it? The Elephant Whisperers. Yeah, apparently it's on Netflix. It looks interesting. I just don't really watch documentaries that much.
Yeah.
So I forgot to throw this up. Yeah. And then the documentary feature is
I didn't watch any of these.
Navalny, I think is what it's called.
Navalny.
No, I didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't watch any documentaries this year.
No, I don't think I did either. I don't think I did either. There's something I meant to throw up here. Yeah. So best original song. I was really only familiar with "Lift Me Up."
Mm-hmm.
That being said, that was Natu Natu.
Yeah.
I think that was my favorite performance, though. Like they performed all the songs, and it was like a really cool performance. I'm totally happy with it winning because it seemed. I really wasn't. I didn't really care for any of the other songs besides maybe "Lift Me Up."
Yeah.
Not a huge fan of "Hold My Hand." I definitely did not like the "Everything Everywhere All at Once" one. That was that performance. I was watching it and I was like, I was like, what the fuck is this? And like I totally just like fast forward because I'm like,
I skipped this part. I'm watching it now. This is fire. This is awesome.
What the RRR song?
Yeah.
I know it's really good.
It's really good. Listen, that's cool, man. I think it's cool.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's a good song.
Yeah. I'm
RRR is a really film as well.
I have not. I keep meaning.
It's so over the top.
It's a crazy like Bollywood over the top thing. It looks fun as hell, but it's like 3.5 hours or something.
3 hours long. Yeah, it was showing in Grand Rapids like a week ago, but I missed it. So
I think it's on Netflix. So I'll probably watch it at some point when I have 3 hours to kill.
Right,
3 hours and 7 minutes.
So best animated feature film was Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. How do you guys feel about that?
Okay, so
for me, it was either Pinocchio or Puss in Boots, but I feel like I was good with either of them, honestly.
Okay, so I didn't see Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. I still need to watch that. It's on Netflix, right?
I believe so. Yeah.
Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. That would be my second choice over Puss in Boots. I thought
what the hell even is that?
Oh, okay. So there's this so years ago there was this like web series called Marcel the Shell, and it was like this really cute little shell with like eyes, and it's like this cute web series. It was really good, and it was just like interesting to watch. I watched it when I was like a kid or something, but then they came out with a movie, and like it's fun. It's fun. It's good enough.
Interesting.
But I think that taking something so small and making it into something so big is really cool.
Yeah.
And I think especially like Marcel the Shell, you don't even know who that is. Nobody knew who he was. Why does he get his own movie?
Yeah, right. That's interesting.
So like that's definitely interesting. But Puss in Boots is great.
Yeah.
The animation's phenomenal. The voice acting is even better.
Very good.
I love Jack Horner. I think he's hilarious.
Yeah, he's great.
Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah, well. I loved that character.
You're a horrible monster.
Yeah.
And then Death, of course, was
very cool.
Really,
and that was a cool twist too. That it was Death.
I really liked Death. I thought that like he actually added a ton of tension to the movie.
Yeah, absolutely.
like I like every time he showed up, like Puss would be doing something, and then you'd hear the whistle. Like I would get goosebumps. I'm like, ah, shit, he's back.
Yeah, right. I know.
But no, I thought the way that they handled like everything in that movie was just great. Especially it's a Shrek spinoff.
Right. Yeah.
It's so good.
Yeah, I know. It didn't have any right to be that good.
Yeah,
it looks like they're setting up Shrek 5 with it too.
Yeah. Let's hope so.
Yeah.
The Shrek cinematic universe, the SCU.
Yeah, let's just keep it going. Keep it going. It's been gone too long. Yeah, I didn't see Pinocchio though.
Turning Red should not be on here.
No,
I feel like they just ran out of movies that were like animated movies that weren't dog shit.
Yeah, they're just like going through a list. They're like Disney.
Yeah, right. They're like,
it's like we don't want to give it to Lightyear.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
right. Yeah.
Right. Even I'd put Lightyear over Turning Red.
Yeah,
Lightyear's not good or not great, but it's not like awful. Like Turning Red is just like so dumb. It's just. I don't know. That movie just makes me mad. Yes.
Okay.
I have.
I never even bothered seeing it because it looks. Yeah.
It's extremely stupid, and it's Disney Pixar, I believe.
Yes.
It's easily probably the worst film that they've put out, and they only make bangers. So.
Right. Yeah. I mean. Yeah. I don't know. I'm kind of surprised Pinocchio won though, because I've only been hearing kind of negative stuff about it when it came out, like that it was boring and weird. You know, so
okay.
I'm
well,
kind of
there
surprised.
was like 3 Pinocchio movies, so you might have been hearing about a different one.
No, like it was that one specifically,
the stop motion one, really.
Yeah. I was only hearing, so I was kind of surprised that it got on the nomination list and then got that, actually won. But I mean, I guess if it's good, no. I mean, it looks cool. It just, Guillermo del Toro he's sort of like a artsier Tim Burton. He always brings like weird macabre things and stuff.
Right.
And I wasn't sure how that was gonna like translate into like Pinocchio, But
is that Guillermo del Toro's first stop motion film?
I believe multiple. First fully stop motion. Yeah, probably. Like there might have been like some stop motion aspects in some of his other movies, but like fully stop motion is the first one.
Did you guys know he did the original Puss in Boots?
Wait, he directed it?
Apparently.
Wait, really?
Wow, that's crazy.
I didn't think.
Oh no, Chris Miller, but he was a producer.
Okay. I was gonna say I didn't think he. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny though. A producer. All right. So the next one is adapted screenplay. Now I find this category really weird and in like this kind of
this does
ridiculous. Like the thing that counts as an adapted screenplay. Like Knives Out, Glass Onion counts as an adapted screenplay because it's based on characters by Rian Johnson, but it's literally a sequel to his movie written and directed by him. So how the fuck does that mean an adapted screenplay? Like, and same thing with
you wrote the script doesn't mean you're adapting it.
Same thing with Top Gun Maverick. It would just look like, well, it's like a sequel, and there was like it's based on characters by the guy who wrote the original. So it's like what? That isn't like it should be only like based on like other work that isn't like technically like directly related. You'd think, like honestly, based on books or like a foreign film or something like that.
I feel like they should just combine the screenplay categories and have just 10, just like Best Picture, just 10 best screenplays instead of adapted versus original, because they split like 5 and 5.
Yeah, that's fair, but then there's only one winner. So
yeah, that's a good point.
I don't. Have you guys seen Women Talking?
I have not.
I actually saw Women Talking today.
Okay.
Oh, really?
But
I mean, I've seen a woman talking. I've seen a couple women talking.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, I think I've seen enough women talking for a lifetime.
But I've never heard of it. So yeah, I really don't understand why Glass Onion and Top Gun is on here. But I'm gonna go back to All Quiet on the Western Front. I'll live by this. It is a great adaptation of the book. They changed like 1 or 2 things, but it's otherwise just like a really great adaptation, if not better.
Okay.
Which is hard to do.
Right? Yeah, definitely. So how was Women Talking? Were they talking?
They were talking a lot.
Yeah. That's fair.
Quite a bit.
Yeah. It looked a little bit dreary.
Yeah.
Oh wait, were you actually asking me?
I was. Oh, I thought you saw it. Oh my god, I thought you're. Okay, all right.
I've not seen it.
Nice. Okay, never mind that.
No, yeah. Apparently, the director wanted to make it in black and white, but the studio said no, so they just made it like a gray movie instead.
Yeah. Grayscale.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice. All right, so now we have original screenplay, which wow, what a surprise! Everything Everywhere All at Once. So I feel like All Quiet on the Western Front and Everything Everywhere All at Once just kind of split like 80% of the Oscars.
Most of the categories.
Which is kind of like it's usually like one movie kind of sweeps everything. Like I feel like that happened with Parasite, that won like literally everything the year that came out. It kind of made it boring. I was like, wow, winner's gonna Parasite, what a surprise. Parasite again,
Right.
But I did find it kind of interesting how it was kind of like, back and forth, Everything Everywhere All at Once or All Quiet on Western Front, which it kind of made me think maybe All Quiet on the Western Front might win Best Picture, but
that's what I was gonna think.
No, well, but yeah, so Everything Everywhere All at Once. I kind of feel like I don't know. I kind of wish, since The Fabelmans didn't win Best Picture, I kind of wish it won this.
Yeah, because I don't think they won anything.
Fabelmans. No,
see, I think Everything Everywhere All at Once would be better nominated for original screenplay if it came out a couple of years ago, because this multiverse stuff is getting so annoying.
That's fair.
Yeah, I agree.
That like it's really not that original, honestly, if you think about it.
I will say it does have a very unique way of traversing the multiverse and explaining it and like using it. But yeah, it's not a very original concept to have like a multiverse. Like, I mean, it's been in like books and comic books for decades.
Exactly. And it's especially been prevalent in movies the last like 5-6 years.
Right. So yeah, it's this kind of like it seems like a technicality thing where it's like, technically isn't based on something.
Right.
But I mean, technically, The Fabelmans is kind of
that's a good point.
Autobiographical.
It's based on Steven Spielberg's childhood. So.
I don't know. It gets kind of messy when you think it's too hard.
But... directed a movie about his own childhood.
Yes.
Oh yeah, this is the movie where he gave himself a girlfriend.
Right.
That's right.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's semi-autobiographical. It's obviously like the names are changed and stuff.
I feel like that's projecting hardcore, though.
I mean,
have you seen it?
No, but I know of it. I know of it.
In the movie, the girlfriend is like really crazy. So it's like, I mean, if you're gonna give yourself a girlfriend, you might not want to go with her. I don't know.
Yeah,
I haven't seen it, so I can't say. But...
It's a good movie.
It kind of reminded me why I really like it. Just kind of reminded me what the fuck. It reminded me like that I really like Steven Spielberg.
Yeah.
I really like his diversity in projects. Like he has both like fun blockbuster films, but also like movies like this that are just a lot more like character-driven dramas. Yeah, and series. Yeah.
I will say that I think his last film, West Side Story, was probably better than this one.
Oh, that was really good.
This was really good.
Yeah, it was West Side Story, like it did such a good job adapting the original and putting a more serious twist on it. And then like adding stuff that I felt like made it better in a lot of ways than the original. I was like, damn, that is good. Yeah. Did that win much of anything last year? I can't remember.
I think it won like Best Supporting Actor. Yeah, but like that was it. I don't remember it winning very much.
That's stupid. Oh well. So now we have actor in a leading role. This was probably this is one of my favorites of the night. Definitely.
Brendan Fraser.
Good old Brendan Fraser. Which, God, I gotta say,
I love Brendan Fraser.
Honestly, like all of these Best Actor nominations, though, like they all did such a good job.
Yeah,
that is true.
Colin Farrell is super good, which I feel like Colin Farrell should have been nominated for this and the Batman. Like, goddamn, like he is unrecognizable on the unrecognizable in the Batman. You know?
Actually.
Well, Austin Butler was amazing in Elvis. Like, did such a good job of like not making it a hammy Elvis impression.
Yeah, exactly. It felt authentic and it felt real.
Well, you kind of forgot like halfway through the movie that like this wasn't Elvis, you know?
Yeah, right.
The role.
Yeah. And Paul Mescal, he was really good in After Sun. I don't know if any of you guys had seen that.
No, I haven't seen it.
It's a very like, you know, kind of a sweet movie, but it is very mundane. So, you know, I found it mildly boring if I'm being honest with you, but it is very good and really like touches on like depression and mental health and stuff, because like he did a super good job, because you know he's having a good time with his daughter. They're on vacation together, and you know he just being a good dad, but then every time she's not with him, like every time he's alone, he's just like so obviously depressed and sad, and he just does a really good job with that.
I think sorry.
No, you're good. I was gonna move on. So.
Oh, okay. I was just gonna say this is well deserved for Brendan Fraser.
Oh, absolutely.
And he has deserved this award for a long time.
He's
for what they did to him.
Oh my god. Yeah, and like his like last 10 years of his life have just been. Like
I'm glad he's back though, and I'm glad he's making waves, because
back with a vengeance. No, like he's doing super good.
Exactly. Like this is like the first like big year he's been back in acting. I think.
Right.
Like
he's been in Doom Patrol for like the last few years.
But like
just the voice mostly.
Yeah, exactly. So like it's really good to see him back in action and winning these awards.
Absolutely.
Like when.
Yeah.
He just deserves
it. Well, I was kind of thinking he might win because he was winning all these other like Golden Globes, all this stuff, and that's actually that's how I heard of the movie, because of that big like 12-minute standing ovation he got. At like I forget what film festival it was at, but so
was it a Sundance?
It might have been. I know he got several like really long standing ovations. So like, but yeah, I went and saw the movie because of that, and yeah, he does such a good job. Not only is his performance really, you know, just moving and emotional, but like the fact that he had to be in like that like 100 pounds like fat suit and like maneuver around and like do that like every day for like 16 hours a day is like insane. Like
he definitely had commitment to that role, and it shows.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah very good. And yeah, I haven't seen Living. Bill Nighy got nominated for that, but I mean Bill Nighy is always really good, so I mean, you know, but yeah, that's actor. Now actress in a leading role, we have Michelle Yeoh winning for Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mean, I think she did super good in that. I'm looking at the other. I never saw Blonde, so I don't know.
Blonde is
I've heard like mixed things. Yeah, it seems
it's a lot. Yeah.
But Ana de Armas is great. She does do a good job. It's just I find the casting weird, because like Marilyn Monroe was supposed to be like an all-American
that was
white woman, and like listen, I'm not trying to say anything here, but they casted a Spanish person. It just didn't make sense to me.
Like does she, because I know in most of her roles she kind of keeps her accent. Does she like hide her accent well?
I actually don't remember. But I know that they should have chosen someone like what's her face, who plays Harley Quinn.
Oh, Margot Robbie.
Robbie.
She's Australian, you know, so I don't know.
But she's like,
but she looks
blonde, blue eyes, like that is.
I mean, she got cast as Barbie.
Literally,
and she's also
literally
extremely hot, just like Marilyn Monroe was. So.
I mean, Ana de Armas is pretty hot too, though.
Well, yes.
I kind of find Michelle Williams' inclusion here kind of weird, because I don't know if I say she was like she had a leading role in it. I feel like she was like the kid was the lead, and like everyone else was kind of the supporting cast, you know. So I'm not really sure, but like I feel like she should have been nominated for actress in a supporting role. I'm not sure.
Well, my guess is because she's the most prevalent woman in the movie.
That's probably
compared to the actual lead, who is a dude.
Right.
That would be my guess, that she's like,
that makes sense.
They're two separate like things.
Yeah. I haven't seen Tar, so I have no idea. But yeah, I think Michelle Yeoh.
Kate Blanchett is great in that.
Is she?
She's really good. She's really good. She delivers.
Well, I mean, she's Kate Blanchett. Come on.
Yeah. And like the beginning of the movie is like it's like it. Just her performance at the beginning alone is just enough to pull you in.
Okay. So what do you guys think about this one? Do you agree with it, or would you have somebody else?
Out of these, probably because it's not like a whole. None of these are really jumping out at me. So like, I don't really feel any sort of way about this.
Yeah, honestly, I just think I would have, if it was me, I would have chosen Cate Blanchett, but I haven't seen Everything Everywhere All at Once. So
okay, yeah, that's fair. Any snubs you feel like?
Leading actress in a leading role. Probably Keke Palmer from Nope, but I mean, that's just back on the Nope train.
Okay.
Hold on. Zoe Kravitz.
From Batman.
Oh, from Batman. Okay.
But I guess you could also put her as actress in a
leading
role. Oh wait, no, she's actress in a leading role because she's.
As far as like she's
that's fair.
The only woman actually in the movie.
Okay, yeah. That's true. It's like the housekeeper, and then
it's the senator, and then Zoe Kravitz,
and I guess all the club girls who don't really.
Oh yeah, I guess so. But like, that's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now that I actually think about it, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah, that is interesting. So, best director. Surprise! Everything Everywhere All at Once, the Daniels one, which I mean,
whoa.
I mean, I did really like. It was hard to like begrudge them winning stuff because they seem like so authentic and nice,
Yeah.
So like, and all their speeches were nice. So it's hard to be like, no, I want something else to win, But at the same time, it gets kind of boring when the same movie wins, even if it is like objectively the best, which I don't think this movie really is. I feel like it's a little overrated, but. I'm not sure I probably would have given it to like Spielberg or Martin McDonough.
So the joke, it's kind of a joke, but not really. For the past weeks leading up to the Oscars is like with me and my friends is like Steven Spielberg is the best director. So it's like, why would you not like? I thought it was pretty obviously going to be him, but like no, it wasn't. So.
Yeah, it's kind of surprising. Anyway. I mean, I feel like since Everything Everywhere All at Once was winning so much, I felt like he was probably just going to win that by default. But yeah, I probably would have picked Steve Spielberg or the director of Banshees of Inisherin because I feel like that movie was just really like just everything about it was really well shot. Like all the actors were well directed. I think just the theme of the movie and everything was just like super interesting and like really hard to do. I think they really pulled it off well.
Avatar doesn't win production design; it wins production cost.
Yeah, that's a fucking Well, as soon as it's just so you don't have anything else to say about the director's.
Oh shoot! Oh wait, were we? Oh, we were still. I was looking at it. I was looking. My bad. Forget I ignored me. Sorry, my bad. I scrolled down a little too far. No, I've got nothing other than I'm not surprised that they won because I mean if they won best. I mean, it's not surprising.
Yeah. That is usually how it goes. Is usually the one that wins best picture wins best
director, and
which I mean, I guess that makes sense. Like that does follow, but so yeah, production design. I was thinking the same thing. Like as soon as they said Avatar: Way of Water, I'm like, what the fuck? Like it's literally just a freaking sound stage.
There's no set.
There is no production design.
They had like a little pool that they bought from Walmart that they filmed in.
Right.
Like I understand special effects, but production design, like what?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not what the category is for. Like with that like logic, like Avengers: Infinity War should have been like nominated for design or something
because where they were in space. Like
whoa, that's
right. Not nominated completely.
Well, it's crazy.
Like the Lion King. Like what's going to stop it from
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's silly. I think Elvis did a really good job with this one. Like I said before, it felt authentic.
Yeah.
Everything was really good. The stages were accurate.
Yeah, very cool.
And I don't know. There's just something about that movie that over other biopics, it just nails. And like I say, Bohemian Rhapsody is my favorite film. And I say that over that. So
yeah, I feel like All Quiet on the Western Front, it seemed like the set design seemed like amazing though.
It was amazing. You want to know why? Because they filmed at actual locations.
Yeah, that makes sense.
They filmed at real World War I battle locations.
That's cool.
And they filmed all over Europe.
That's
and
awesome.
most of it's practical effects. There's like a few things with CGI, but most of it's practical effects. So like everything is like so real.
That's awesome.
I love it.
I mean, in this category, other than Avatar, I feel like all of these are well deserved. Like,
Fableman's did a cool job with this, like this 60s vibe.
Yeah,
or whatever,
exactly.
I've only seen a bit of Babylon, but I actually will say Babylon's not a bad choice on here.
That looks like
it's got a lot of cool sets.
Yes. Yeah. So it seems like pretty much all these except for Avatar. Were a good choice. I don't know where. It's like they wanted to nominate it for something else, but they couldn't think of anything else. They're like,
well, we got to get it up there. It's James Cameron,
right?
Yeah,
I know,
exactly.
exactly.
He wasn't even there, so like,
why would they invite him?
I don't know.
I mean, they probably invited him.
They probably invited him. Why did he show up?
I don't.
He's too good. He's too good for it.
That's he was too busy purging the testosterone from his body. Cinematography. All Quiet on the Western Front again. I'm gonna throw that up again. Yeah, there we go again.
There's a specific. Sorry, Michael.
No, you're good. I do feel like the Batman was kind of snubbed here.
The Batman definitely was snubbed. There's definitely I would put like as much as I love All Quiet on the Western Front, there's like a shot in that movie that makes me just like.
Yeah, just
like there's a perfect shot in All Quiet on the Western Front where like these tanks are diving down into the trenches and coming back out, and it's just terrifying. But Batman definitely got snubbed. Like I said earlier, that movie was jaw-dropping at a lot of points, especially like one of the coolest shots I've seen in a comic book movie is when he flips Penguin. And he's walking towards the car.
Yeah, that is so good.
Ever. It gets ruined though at the end when he kneels down on the floor. He's like,
hey,
there you are. But other than that, it's that's probably my favorite comic book movie shot, and I definitely think Batman got snubbed here.
Yeah, maybe they didn't nominate because they used the volume a lot, which I think is kind of stupid if that is true. But
I feel like they didn't nominate it because it's a comic book movie.
Yeah, that's probably true. And they're like, well, that can't have good cinematography. I mean, let's be honest, like nobody in the Academy probably watched it. But I haven't really heard the rest. Well, okay, I've heard of Empire of Light. That's actually directed by Sam Mendes, who did 1917, but I didn't get around to seeing it. Tar. I haven't seen it, but what do you think of the cinematography?
Mediocre. It's just normal.
I mean, I was gonna say it's just like it's mostly in.
It's nothing crazy.
Yeah, it's like a pretty not a quiet movie, but a very subtle movie, and so
exactly.
Crazy cinematography wouldn't really work with that story.
Yeah, exactly. There you go. You nailed it. It doesn't like you don't need the big jaw-dropping shots for this film. So I put it on there.
I feel like this category should be reserved for that though.
Yes.
So exactly.
Do you guys know what the hell Bardo, the False Chronicle, Handful of Truths is?
Okay, so
you just made those words up.
For the people watching probably know, but I go to film school, and so I've heard of this movie. Like some of my friends have seen it, but I have not seen it, so I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah,
fair enough, I guess. I'd never heard of it before, which
no
I feel like happens a lot with the Oscars. They pull out a lot of movies that I've never heard of in my life. But yeah, cinematography. Yeah, I feel like All Quiet on the Western Front seemed like it had really good cinematography. Oh yeah, but by the way, this is what James Field or something. He says this is a cinematographer.
Okay.
Yeah,
he looks so sad.
I was gonna say he looks so sad, but yeah.
Yeah, bro.
They don't actually put it in the list. They just say, "Oh, All Quiet on the Western Front wins cinematography," and I feel like the cinematographer should be in the list. That's kind of weird,
right?
Yeah.
But I mean, I haven't really been that excited about cinematography since Roger Deakins won for 1917.
That movie did have great cinematography.
Yeah, really cool. So yeah, moving on to costume design, we have Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is the winner. I know you guys aren't happy about that.
In our review for it, we literally were talking about how bad the costumes were. I'm not talking about like the native costumes. I'm talking about like the Midnight Angels.
I kind of forgot
Ironheart. Like what?
Yeah,
I heard
really
off
so bad.
costumes in this movie.
Yeah, I guess when they mentioned the costumes, I was only thinking of like Namor's, and like the really cool Wakandan
does
ones.
Namor even really wear a costume though?
Well, he's got like the that's fair.
He's
but
he's like naked. Like,
yeah, but like
movie.
like he's got like gauntlets and like the jewelry on his neck and stuff.
Yeah,
and he's got that headpiece thing. But yeah, that's fair. I mean, yeah.
Batman deserves to be on here.
Yeah. That's
and
fair.
the reason I argue that is because the new bat suit.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Is really cool.
Well,
also,
also it's the only bat suit that they have designed that the actor can actually move normally in.
Yes,
like
and also like the Riddler. The costume design for the Riddler was awesome. All little like henchmen or whatever, they all wore the same thing, but like that costume was awesome and it was terrifying.
Yeah.
I just don't think Black Panther brought anything to the table that was just like
that's fair.
Yeah. Like there's nothing that
plus there's those Midnight Angel suits, which I will say were adapted almost perfectly from the comic, but they do look kind of stupid.
It's just
and I feel like so much like that movie. I feel like if they just committed to like this more serious tone, and you know, like because all the stuff with like it being kind of a tribute to Chadwick Boseman, all the like the emotional development beats and stuff were really good.
Yeah,
but then they just threw in a bunch of stupid Marvel stuff like Ironheart and all that stuff that I feel like really dragged the movie.
Yeah,
down.
I don't know why. I really don't understand why she was even in that.
Yeah,
no,
I don't get it either.
To set her up for Disney Plus show. That's the only reason.
Like, I don't understand.
Like, well, we're gonna introduce this new black character. Let's put her in the main lead black cast movie.
Yeah. Elvis also.
That was a really good costume design.
Really good costume design because everything was like down to like the last like thread accurate almost, and like I think that movie out of any of these, that's what deserved it.
Yeah,
I kind of agree. Yeah,
the costuming in Babylon was also really good because it's like I don't know if you know, but it's a movie about basically like the transferring from silent films to talkies, and so it's in the 1920s, and they capture that really well.
Okay, all right.
So yeah, the costuming in Babylon's really good.
Okay. All right, so achievement and sound, which should just be called like sound editing, I guess, but whatever.
Yeah, there were two sound categories. There was sound mixing and sound editing, but the Oscars didn't know what any of those words meant, so they just combined it together.
Yeah, pretty much. They're like, wait a minute, work goes into the sound?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
like, you guys need to edit that?
Yeah. So Top Gun Maverick one, I
don't know, because it's like literally the announcer lady was when she was talking like they actually recorded jet engines. It's like, well,
wow,
no way.
They did that in Call of Duty.
That's amazing.
Like, what? I mean, I don't get it.
So what? That's
did you know they actually got real blaster shots for Star Wars?
Yeah. It's like, well, I mean, it's like that doesn't seem like that great of an achievement. Like,
anyone can record a jet engine.
Exactly, I could record a jet.
They didn't even need to record a damn jet engine. They could have just gotten like
look it up on YouTube,
clips online. Yeah, exactly. I feel like I don't know.
The
Batman had really good.
The Batman really good sound design.
Yeah.
I think that the scenes with the Riddler when he's killing someone, the sound design there is really good. It's like. The sound is graphic almost. It's like you can imagine exactly what's going on.
Well, yeah, there were scenes where they didn't show a whole lot of the violence because it's PG-13.
Yeah,
but just from like the suggestion from like the sound and everything, you could you really got like the intensity of what's going on.
Yeah, and I think just like subtle things like at the beginning of the film when Riddler's like pulling the tape and you can hear like the like I think that was really that matters, and like I think that was like very, very a nice subtle thing that was in there.
I think Elvis too, because they did a really good job with
it's a lot more subtle the sound design, but it's still really good.
Anytime they do really good like lip syncing and like combining the actors with like the actor's voice with their other recording and stuff, I think is really cool.
Yeah,
but plus there was a lot of I don't know if this really counts. But there was like kind of these mashups of songs with modern songs, like the Elvis songs with modern songs,
right?
Which is pretty interesting, and like specifically for the movie, because you can't find that really anywhere else.
Right.
It's not even on the soundtrack for the movie. So animated short film. I
only saw one of these, and my friend was watching it.
Was it My Year of Dicks?
Was it your year of dicks?
It was.
I knew it.
Wait, really?
Good. It's actually good.
What's it about?
It's about a year of dicks.
Literally about I mean, it's about what you think it is.
Really?
I don't know what I can't think of what it is though. What does it mean?
Okay. There are other people.
Wait, it's animated.
No, it's about somebody who's trying to lose her virginity.
Okay.
So it's like a kind of a meet cute rom-com kind of thing. It's really interesting, and the style's really interesting.
It looks almost rotoscoped.
Yeah, it is. Well, it kind of changes styles throughout the film.
The really name is just crazy.
Yeah, it is.
My
it's
Year
really
of Dicks. Huh. Well,
yeah. It's
well,
on Vimeo.
Oh,
so
whoa!
okay.
It does look like a rotos. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying. I don't like that. I really don't like that.
I'm getting used to, but it's I liked it. It was
that kind of animation. I think is only good for like YouTube skits.
I mean, that's kind of what this is, pretty much.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it didn't win anyway. The Boy, the Mole, and the Fox and the Horse, wherever the fuck that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what they were all doing together.
Yeah. I don't really know if I care either. I mean, maybe it was good, but like, I just like where do these animated short films come from? Like, it's not really ignorant right now, but
normally to apply for an Oscar, you have to show your film at a movie theater. But like, what movie theater is showing animated short films? Like, I don't understand.
Maybe
what movie theater was showing My Year of Dicks?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they're showing at like film festivals or something. That's possible.
Yeah, I see. This is why I think we need to change the Oscars a bit.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of problems with the Oscars.
Because I doubt these things are bad, but like,
are they really like best of? Because like the Oscars is supposed to be the best of the year.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I feel like it should be kind of objective, like objectively best, not just like
I'm pretty sure they came out with a Star Wars animated film this year on Disney Plus. Grogu and Dust Bunnies.
Okay,
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Is that a short film?
I didn't see it.
Is that a short? I would consider that a
What
short
was
film.
it called again?
Grogu and Dust Bunnies.
Oh, okay.
It's by Studio Ghibli, the people who did My Neighbor Totoro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I would have put that on there, man.
Yeah, that's an anime. Yeah, that's definitely an animated short film. Okay.
Because like that was a popular one for a while. For like a solid week, people were only talking about that because it was Star Wars. But
right.
But I mean, like even watching it, it's like a really good artistic piece. It's not like something like you sit down, you're like, huh, yeah. It's not like a think piece or anything. It's just like a little.
Sure. Well, yeah. It's
cute little exactly.
Grogu, yeah.
Exactly.
Studio Ghibli.
Yeah. So yeah, live action or animated short film. Now, live action short film, An Irish Goodbye. I don't know anything about it. Or whatever.
Oh, I think I heard about that one. But I haven't seen it.
It
came out in 2021.
What? Well, that's weird. Okay.
Well, it was a long goodbye. The actual film is very short, but the goodbye itself.
Yeah, the actual goodbye was super long. Yeah. I mean, they are Irish. They probably just they took it.
Yeah.
Original score went to All Quiet on the Western Front.
To yourself, to both of you guys right now, Google the main theme for Babylon and just listen to it for a little bit.
That one,
it is so good.
They played a clip, and I was like, "That sounds really good."
It's like so good.
It's like super upbeat and jazzy. Seems really fun.
It's so good.
Hell yeah, that goes hard.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That is awesome. Yeah, no, I definitely would choose that over All Quiet on the Western Front.
Yeah,
that had really good music, but it was so subtle that you wouldn't really notice it.
Right.
I feel so. Here's the thing with, I feel like with movie scores, I feel like there's like about good movie scores. I feel like there's two categories. I feel like there's ones that like are good because they fit the tone. But you're not gonna like sit down and be like, wow, that's a really nice piece of music. But then there's like other ones that like, they fit the tone of the movie, but they're also just really good music, and like you would put it on your playlist and stuff.
Exactly. I would listen to that in my car.
Yeah. Well,
exactly.
That's why I kind of feel like Michael Giacchino was kind of snubbed from the Batman.
Yeah.
because like, God, he like
only bangers.
Yeah, he's so good, but he had like a theme for every main character, which isn't like a super new concept, but not everybody does that.
Well, even like even the theme for Batman was so simple, but it was so good.
But it was so multi-layered. I feel like a lot of people were just like, "Oh, it's only 2 notes," but like, there's so many more layers to it. It changes octaves and keys and everything. It's different,
and it like adds to the setting and it adds to the mood.
And it's supposed to be unrelenting, like Batman is supposed to be in the movie. It's supposed to be, but then there's also just like Catwoman's theme was super like kind of mysterious, but also had like a noir tone to it.
Yeah.
And he basically modeled the Riddler theme like off of Ave Maria. Like you can tell it sort of starts out like that and then it changes a little bit, but I thought that was really interesting. Well, and even the Batman thing, like I don't know if he specifically did that, like tried to make it match something in the way, but they meld together like perfect.
They do
the score in that song.
And then I also think adding music from Nirvana, like a grunge band, is like perfect for this because like Batman's so like, like, that's what Nirvana is.
So I really feel like they got the Batman got snubbed from her original score. I definitely would have picked that, but out of these, Babylon would have gotten my vote.
Probably would have.
Like all the other ones on here, like they were fine for what they were supposed, like for the movie. Like Banshees of Inisherin, great background for the movie. Everything All at Once, I don't really remember much of the score, to be honest. It was this kind of craziness, like kind of like the movie. And then the Fablemans again were just kind of like, I feel like no hate to John Williams, but a lot of his scores are just kind of like the same. They're just kind of like a John Williams background score, which is fine, but I definitely would have picked Babylon, I think. Without even seeing the movie.
that was really good. Like I said about All Quiet on the Western Front, it's just really subtle. Like basically the music gets drowned out by everything happening because I mean you're fighting. There's a world war happening.
Exactly. Right.
You can't really notice the music as much.
All right, so moving on to visual effects. Now, I don't.
Avatar.
I begrudgingly say that this is probably accurate because it's like, Avatar, like the whole movie is special effects, and it does look good. Obviously, if it didn't, it would have sucked. But at the same time, it's like they spent so much damn money on this movie. The special effects better be good. But I feel like out of all of these, I think the only other one would maybe be the Batman because you really couldn't tell what was CGI and what was
the volume and that's
or even like
maybe even Top Gun.
This is so Black Panther original and Black Panther
that should not have been nominated for visual effects.
Well, the first Black Panther won, and then this one got nominated. I don't understand it.
No, the first one had like there were definitely a few scenes that people were like shitting on it online because there was some not so great CGI.
Let's remember Infinity War came out the same year.
What the hell was that's stupid.
I forgot about that. I think dumb. There's a particular bias for Black Panther out of anything because
it got nominated for Best Picture too that year, which it was not.
It was not Best Picture. Like if you come out with a Black Panther film, they're gonna throw that on there. You want a Marvel film that's gonna get on there, Black Panther.
Oh well, whatever. I don't really have much to say about this because I don't really care about Avatar, if I'm being honest with you.
Neither do I. Visual effects though, All Quiet on the Western Front had really good practical effects.
So
that's
which is included in visual effects.
Is it?
Not all just CGI. I think it is. If it's not, it should be because it's still visual effects.
Practical effects nowadays should be treasured over CGI because nobody really does practical stuff anymore. And like All Quiet on the Western Front being practical and just accurate about everything is awesome. Just adds.
Absolutely.
Right.
What's really funny, Thor Love and Thunder was submitted by Marvel for best visual effects. And dude, the visual effects are duty.
That is genuinely the worst genuinely the worst special effects I've ever seen in a movie. Like other than like The Rock,
so glaring.
Oh my god! That was like Scorpion King bad.
Yeah, dude. There's. Yeah, let's not talk about that. So film editing, Everything Everywhere All at Once, another win for that movie. I don't really have that much of an opinion about the film editing out of all of these. I probably would have given this to Elvis, actually.
I would have as well. Yeah,
there were some really cool, like, I'm trying to think, like, montages and transitions.
Shots.
Yeah,
I think Everything Everywhere All at Once. I mean, yeah, that did have some good editing as well, so I can't really fault that for winning, but I definitely would have given it to Elvis.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I hate with the Oscars, what tends to happen is they just favor one or two movies that win everything. There's no, like, diversity. Like, I feel like The Fabelman should have won something. Lazy. Yeah, the Fabelman should have won something. Elvis should have won something. Like, but it's always just they just get dominated. But
okay, and here's this. The Whale, yes, had good makeup and hairstyling, but can we talk about the Batman?
Yeah,
Colin Farrell is a different person.
He's completely unrecognizable.
I didn't know that was Colin Farrell until I watched an interview, and he's like, "Oh yeah, I'm in the Batman." And I was like, "Oh, who's he playing?" He's like, "I'm Penguin." And I was like,
right." Exactly.
When I first saw that, when I first saw the first trailer, like the DC fandom trailer that first dropped, and they showed a shot of the Penguin, I was like, "Oh, who's that actor?"
Yeah,
and then,
exactly.
Like a little while later, I'm like, "Oh shoot, that's Colin Farrell!" Like what?
Yeah, it's ridiculous. They completely transformed him. He's like, it doesn't look any like. I don't get why they didn't just hire someone else because it looks nothing like Colin Farrell.
I mean, probably just his. I mean, because his performance is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, come on! What are you showing me?
Yeah, what are you showing me?
Yeah.
All right, sweetheart. Yeah. I think The Whale would be probably like a really close runner-up because like what they did with Brendan Fraser is really good.
Obviously, Brendan Fraser. You know.
Yeah, right. That's the only thing. Which I think that though they did a super good job, like just blending. Like they really made his face look fat and everything. Like I think sometimes when they do fat suits, they don't really make the face look any fatter. Like say like Thor in Endgame, he just kind of like they had like the fat suit, but his face didn't change at all.
They just gave him a beard to cover it.
Right. Exactly. So I do think The Whale had really good makeup, but the Bat probably should have won.
Yeah. I think, the only reason I think the Batman should win is because they're complete transformation.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. Like The Whale, like, that is still Brendan Fraser. I still see Brendan Fraser right there, but that is not Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, and also in the Batman, like, somebody had to, like, comb Robert Pattinson's hair, like, in front of his face for, like, every shot. So, that's,
really?
That's pretty, no, I mean, I'm kidding, but, like, that's... I mean, probably because I doubt he did his own hair, like his makeup and hairstyling.
Yeah, I mean, on a movie that big, you're gonna have someone whose job is just to do that. But.
Yeah.
Well, also, I think like small details matter as well because like in the Batman, when it comes to makeup, when he has like the black eyeliner or like the black eyeshadow or whatever it is, I don't know makeup. Like you can see patches of it around his skin where it's like either drying and falling, or it's just like he missed somewhere. It's just. It adds a depth of realism that like you typically wouldn't see.
Yeah, that's definitely true. Yeah. And I don't know why Black Panther is on this, to be honest. But so that is all of that's all of the categories. Like we said earlier, kind of an uneventful ceremony, kind of a mixed bag. Like I would say that this is probably one of the driest best picture specifically. I'm not sure what to call it, but
I will say for this best picture list, it's actually, I would say, like the most consistent.
Okay.
The past couple of years.
Okay.
Because All Quiet on the Western Front, big film. Avatar, big film. Elvis, big film. Everything Everywhere All at Once, big film.
That's
Tar, semi-big film, kind of big film. It was kind
of
true. Top Gun Maverick, huge film. Like they're putting more popular films on here now instead of like last year Coda won. What is Coda?
Nobody knew it. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But like I know like more than half these movies.
Yeah.
Right. That's fair. Yeah. So. I still think it's going to be several more years before they actually start like acknowledging like comic book ones more often.
And I will say this is how the Oscars work is that everyone who's nominated then becomes part of the Academy and then votes. So the fact that like the Batman is nominated, meaning that all these people who worked on it now are going to vote, and so there's more likelihood that we're going to see more diverse films in the future.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like even if it's just nomination, it's definitely a step in the right direction.
Okay. I didn't realize that they kind of automatically got in the
I didn't know that either, actually. But I think that I do get kind of annoyed that comic book movies do get snubbed every year because, like, yes, they're comic book movies, they're generic and whatever, but like,
yeah, but then you have like some really good ones, like
exactly, like the Batman,
and I'd even put like Logan on there, you know.
Logan,
Logan as well. Like you have superhero films, which is like your generic okay movie. It's it's good, but then you have like your special ones, like the Batman and all those that just make it more dramatic and grounded. And I don't know.
I forget, was Joker nominated for Best Picture?
I believe it was.
Okay, that one was surprising pleasantly. That was a pleasant surprise that made it on there.
The problem is though is that people just only see them as superheroes, and that's it. They don't think they can do anything more than that.
Right.
They don't think it can just be like more than just villain, good guy, villain loses.
Right. Yeah. Right. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. And you know, it's kind of funny because it's very clear, like most of these people that kind of like knock those movies have clearly never sat through one all the way. So it's like, how would they even know, you know? Did you guys have like a favorite moment besides, you know, the
Brendan Fraser winning Best Actor?
Okay, nice.
During the Everything Everywhere All at Once, like when everyone came on stage, Ke Huy Quan, I don't think I said his name right, and Harrison Ford, they had a little moment, and that was nice.
Yeah. I was thinking, that's kind of funny picture.
You had that ready.
No, Mike is just sitting on there. I need to use this.
No, because I was gonna say the same thing. I thought that was like, that should win an Oscar for most wholesome moment of the night. I love
her. And Steven Spielberg was there too. I don't think they ever shared a moment on camera, but they probably did in some after party somewhere.
Well, and I thought it was great when Harrison Ford first came out, which by the way, kind of awesome that they had him announce Best Picture. I didn't see that coming. But as soon as he came out, Kay was like clapping, like you know, it was like that's it, you know. That was cool. That, and I think Kay's what was it? Kay, wait, crap. I always forget his name.
Kwan.
There, thank you. His speech was super good, even though that's a really ugly picture. But
after the 90s, like the Goonies and he kind of just gave up.
That's the kid from the Goonies.
Yeah, he was.
You did. Okay.
He was being he was being typecast as like the weird Asian kid, so he kind of just gave up acting.
Yeah, for like 20 years, right?
Yeah, and he just came back and he won an Oscar. I think it's really cool.
Yeah, and now Kevin Feige specifically requested him to be in Loki season 2. So I hope it's kind of like he and Brendan Fraser.
Short round.
Yeah, that's why the Harrison Ford moment is significant.
Yeah, so that was cool, and I kind of hope that they do some sort of short round spinoff.
I really hope short rounds in this new movie.
Me too. That cool. I really like that he and Brendan Fraser kind of like made their comebacks.
The funny thing is I follow this guy on Twitter and Instagram, and he posts constantly about him and Harrison Ford. So I don't know how I forgot.
I just didn't know that. Oh, that's awesome.
Now you reminded me of this. He he loves Harrison Ford.
Oh yeah. Well, yeah. He was so young when he was on
exactly, but like he's just like always had like this affinity for him, and like you see what he posts. I think that I feel like he's going to be in the new Indiana Jones because recently what he's been posting, he's been posting a ton of pictures of him with Harrison Ford. I'm like, that's a little weird.
Yeah.
A little sus.
I don't think they're just like buddy like that.
Sure. Which this is kind of random, but the guy has the same voice he had when he was 12. Like when I started watching Everything Everywhere All at Once, I was like, is that his real voice? Like it's just so high. I'm like, what? That's funny, but you know, like you get used to it. But yeah, it's kind of funny. It's got the same voice. But yeah, so that is the Oscars. Any last words? Or
one thing I noticed.
Throw up the sorry, my bad.
Well, I was just gonna point out that every movie with the Joker since The Dark Knight has been nominated for makeup and hair design.
Was Suicide Squad?
Suicide Squad won.
That's true. Yeah. You forget that?
It's what, 6 years or 7 years
remember
ago?
everything, Zach? No,
Yeah, my bad. I don't think I was even. I don't even remember the Oscars from that year. Can you
Yeah.
throw up that picture of the guy in the flower? Yeah, there it is.
Damn.
There it is.
Nice.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Rizzler.
There were no crazy outfits except for this one, and I wanted to point that out.
Yeah, a lot of the suits were pretty like. Normally, you'll get like a colorful suit, maybe like a green one or a blue one, but they were just regular suits, and I was like, "What's going on?"
Yeah, they're
What's going
mostly
on,
black. I think like
yeah.
I think the only person I saw wearing like a actual like differently colored suit was
One of the Daniels.
The Rock.
Yeah.
The Rock wore a pink suit.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah,
A pink blazer with I think beige pants.
Okay.
But hey, he definitely worked.
Yeah, there weren't any like exciting like wow that's really freaking weird outfits this year, unfortunately.
If I ever go to the Oscars, I'm gonna wear a green suit. That's all I'm saying.
Listen, if I ever go to the Oscars, I make fun of celebrities for like dressing the way they do at the Oscars, but like it's such an opportunity to dress so ridiculous.
It just have like this ridiculous outfit made specifically for that night, and then just go outside and burn it after. You know,
exactly.
I'm not wearing this shit again.
right.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah.
Well, that is the episode. Thank you everyone for listening or watching. If you're watching on the YouTube, be sure to check us out on the socials, casual_experts on pretty much all social media, and then just casual experts for our YouTube. Zach, what's your social? You still streaming on Twitch?
I don't stream on Twitch anymore. I stream on YouTube now. My channel is PGEXP.
Okay.
Nice. So yeah.
Sweet. All right. And yeah, this podcast comes out every other Monday. This is a special bonus episode. So this is not going to come out on Monday, and then every Monday between that, I upload the video version to the YouTube. So check us out. Check out our other episodes, and be sure to follow us or subscribe or whatever it is on your podcast platform of choice, and give us a nice little 5-star review, please. And thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for having me, man. Have a good one.
Yeah.